Have you ever wondered how the first words were spoken? In the dawn of our existence, as we evolved into the species we are today, communication became a necessity for survival. Early humans, in their struggle to thrive, found ways to express their needs, feelings, and observations. Imagine a world where language as we know it did not exist. Instead, our ancestors used a combination of sounds, gestures, and symbols to interact with each other. These primitive forms of communication were likely based on immediate needs, such as warning about dangers, coordinating hunts, or expressing simple emotions. Over time, these sounds and symbols evolved, becoming more intricate and varied. They started to represent not just tangible objects or immediate actions, but also abstract concepts and future plans. The birth of human communication was, in essence, our first step towards civilization, a cornerstone in our evolution. So, we began to communicate, but how did we move from primitive sounds to complex languages? Imagine a world where every sound has a meaning. Sounds, not words, were our ancestors' first form of communication. They relied on these noises to warn each other of danger, express basic needs, and coordinate hunting and gathering efforts. This was the dawn of spoken language, where every grunt, hiss, and howl had a purpose. As humans evolved, so did our means of communication. We began to form communities, living and working together for survival. This communal living necessitated more complex communication. Simple sounds transformed into combinations of sounds, and these combinations eventually formed the first words. These early words were likely concrete, related to tangible things or immediate actions. Think of how a child learns to speak. Mama, dada, ball, eat. Our ancestors too would have started with the basics. Language didn't evolve in a vacuum, though. It was a tool, shaped by the needs of its users. In these close-knit communities, cooperation was key. And what better way to cooperate than to communicate effectively? As the tasks we undertook became more complex, so did our language. Words became sentences, enabling us to share not just what we see or do, but what we think and feel. And as we spread across the globe, our languages diverged. Each community developed its own vocabulary, grammar, and sounds, leading to the rich tapestry of languages we see today. The evolution of spoken language is a testament to our adaptability and ingenuity as a species. From simple sounds to complex sentences, we've crafted a system that allows us to share our innermost thoughts, our wildest dreams, our deepest fears. We've created a way to reach out to others, to make them understand what it's like to be us. But spoken words are fleeting. How did we start to preserve our thoughts and ideas? From the spoken word to the written script, the journey is fascinating. As humans, we've always been driven by the need to express, and with the evolution of language, our methods of expression became more sophisticated. The birth of written language marked a significant milestone in this journey. Our earliest attempts at written communication were not in the form of words or alphabets, but pictures. These primitive forms of expression were the cave paintings, where early humans depicted their lives and experiences. A hunt, a ritual, a battle. These scenes were vividly captured on the walls of caves, serving as the first written records of human life. But as our cognitive abilities progressed, so did our need for a more advanced form of communication. We needed a system that could convey abstract ideas, complex thoughts, and specific details. This need gave birth to pictographs, simple drawings that represented not just objects, but ideas and concepts. For instance, a drawing of a sun could mean day or light. Yet pictographs had their limitations. They couldn't express the nuances of human language or convey complex ideas effectively. And so we evolved to ideograms, where symbols were used to represent ideas or concepts. A single symbol could now express a whole sentence or an idea. Soon, early scripts like cuneiform in ancient Mesopotamia and hieroglyphs in Egypt emerged. These were more than just symbols. They were systems of writing that enabled the documentation of history, culture, and knowledge. Cuneiform, with its wedged-shaped marks, and hieroglyphs, with their intricate pictorial symbols, became the vehicles of human thought and expression, carrying forward the legacy of civilizations. These early scripts were complex and intricate, requiring years of training to master. They marked an evolution from basic pictorial communication to a more abstract form of expression. Yet they were far from the accessible systems of writing we are familiar with today. These early scripts were complex and difficult to learn. How did we make writing more accessible? Well, that's a story for another scene. The power of the alphabet changed the world of communication. As we journey further into the evolution of language, we find ourselves in the midst of the development of alphabets. It was an era that transformed how language was perceived and used. The first fully realized alphabet we know of emerged around the 12th century BCE, in none other than the city of Byblos, Phoenicia. This Phoenician alphabet was a game changer. Instead of hundreds of symbols representing words or ideas, they had a set of 22 letters, each representing a sound. This simple system made writing much more accessible and spread quickly through trade and colonization. The Greeks, around the 8th century BCE, took the Phoenician alphabet and adapted it to their own language. They added vowels, which the Phoenician alphabet lacked, and thus created a more comprehensive system. This Greek alphabet was the first to have letters representing both consonants and vowels, making it easier to learn and use. But the alphabet's journey didn't stop there. The Romans, who admired Greek culture, adapted the Greek alphabet for Latin, their own language. They made some modifications, of course. They dropped some letters and added others, but the basic structure remained the same. This Latin alphabet is the one we use today in various forms and with various additions in many languages around the world. What's fascinating about alphabets is that they made writing and reading accessible to more people. You didn't have to be a scribe or a priest to learn to read and write. This democratization of literacy opened up new avenues for communication and expression. With the spread of alphabets, languages evolved further. But what happened next? In the modern world, language is more than just words. It's a dynamic, living entity that evolves with us as we navigate through cultural, political, and technological changes. The advent of script-based languages marked a significant milestone in this journey. This gave us a means to record history, share knowledge, and express complex thoughts and emotions. The development of script-based languages was influenced by a variety of factors, including geographical location and the socio-cultural environment. The earliest scripts, such as hieroglyphs in ancient Egypt and cuneiform in Sumeria, were pictorial representations, slowly evolving into more abstract and symbolic forms. As societies grew more complex, so did their languages. In the West, the Greek alphabet, with its distinctive separation of vowels and consonants, laid the groundwork for the Latin script, which is now the most widely used script worldwide. In the East, the intricate characters of Chinese script tell stories of their own, reflecting the philosophical and cultural nuances of the civilization. Fast forward to the 21st century, and we see that the digital age has brought about another revolution in language and communication. The internet has broken down geographical barriers, allowing for the rapid spread and evolution of language. Internet slang, emojis, and even memes have become a form of communication, reflecting our ever-changing digital culture. Moreover, technology has also influenced the way we learn and interact with languages. Language learning apps, online translators, and AI-powered voice assistants are just a few examples of how digital technology is reshaping our linguistic landscape. This evolution of language, however, is not just about technological advancements. It's also about the human capacity for creativity, adaptation, and connection. The way we communicate, whether through spoken words, written scripts, or digital codes, is a reflection of our shared human experience. From sounds to scripts to digital codes, the journey of human language and communication is a testament to our capacity for innovation and adaptation. So, how far have we journeyed in the world of languages and communication? We've voyaged from the birth of human communication, where our ancestors used primitive sounds and gestures to express basic needs and emotions. As time passed, these rudimentary forms morphed into more complex spoken languages, enabling humans to share intricate thoughts and ideas. This evolution didn't stop with spoken words. Humans felt the need to immortalize their thoughts, leading to the birth of written language. Pictographs on ancient cave walls were the precursors to alphabets, symbols representing sounds. Over centuries, these alphabets took on distinct shapes and forms, evolving into the script-based languages we use today. Our journey doesn't end here. Modern languages continue to evolve, shaped by cultural exchanges, technological advancements, and the sheer human desire to express oneself better. The evolution of language is a story of human innovation and progress, a story that continues to unfold as we speak.